Is a pontoon boat right for you? You've probably started to see them everywhere. On the lake, at the sandbar, and even lately in saltwater. Pontoon boats are exploding in popularity. In fact, as we sit here in 2026, they have come to make up over 25% of the entire powerboat market. But does that mean they're right for you? Or are you about to drop $30,000 to $90,000 on a floating patio that really can't handle the water you might want to ride on? Today, we're looking at the data, the Tritoon revolution, and the honest truth about pontoon safety. First, let's look at the numbers. The boat market has been a bit of a roller coaster over the last several years. And now there's the economy, interest rates, tariffs, which is really impacting everything. Sales for boats like jet boats and wake boats, some of those segments have dropped like 20% in the last year. But pontoons, they are the survivors. And why are these boats doing better than others? It is primarily because the boating mix is shifting. People aren't just looking for speed anymore. They want essentially a family room on the water. Whether you're in a state like Michigan or the new pontoon hotspots like Florida or Texas, dealers are leaning on this segment of the market as their bread and butter now. At a recent new boat show here in Maryland, I saw far more pontoon or tritoon style boats at the show than I've ever seen at a new boat show before. And I think a big part of the appeal for these boats is that you can take your whole extended family out on the water with you, safely and comfortably. Many of these have 2 or 3 doors that can be closed to keep all of your passengers and your pets inside of the room. They have sofa-style seating, tables, captain's chairs, and the wide floor makes it very comfortable and stable. But before you join the crowd, you have to understand the 2 very different worlds of pontooning. This is the biggest mistake new buyers make, thinking that all pontoons are essentially the same. But there are 2 types of boats that we call pontoons. The first type is the traditional twin log. These are your classic party barges. They're essentially built for calm water and slow cruises. If you're on a smaller, quiet lake and want to save money, this is your boat. The second type is the newer Tritoon, which has a 3rd log. This is where the magic happens. That center chamber adds weight, which is useful in a boat, while also adding massive buoyancy and structural rigidity. These are all things that help it be a better boat. The number of logs also provides a difference in performance. For example, handling. A twin log tends to lean outward in a turn like a car. Now apparently, I haven't ridden in one, a tritoon tends to bank into the turn like a traditional boat. So when you're going around like this. In rough water, while a twin log might bob over the waves, a tritoon is more likely to slice through them. And if you're on a busy lake, on a Saturday in the summer, where there's big wake boat chop, you'll want that 3rd log. Power. Now, some of these pontoons are now running motors that are 300 horsepower or more. So these aren't your grandpa's slow boat anymore. Some of these things can hit speeds up to 50 miles per hour. That difference in speed certainly has helped with sales, because people do like to go fast. Is it dangerous? Let's address the elephant in the room, safety. You'll hear people say that pontoons are dangerous. Case in point, in March of 2004, 25 people were riding a 36-foot pontoon water taxi right here in Baltimore, Maryland. The Baltimore water taxi named Lady D was flipped over by winds exceeding 50 miles per hour in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 5 people died in that boating accident. But the NTSB Marine Accident Report of that incident found that the boat had not been properly rated by the Coast Guard and was in fact about 2,250 pounds overloaded. That boat had a rigid deckhouse structure. And that rigid deckhouse structure and the extreme weather conditions are what flipped the boat. But it might not have flipped if the boat wasn't so overloaded. So in reality, in extreme weather, yes, the amount of windage, which is the surface area that wind can hit on a boat, can cause a pontoon to flip. It does happen, but under very extreme conditions. Under normal conditions, they are some of the safest platforms because of that wide, flat base. They don't really tip like a monohull boat does when everybody runs to one side of the boat to look at my hat that just flew in the water. However, there are 2 other things you need to watch out for. First is something called deck diving. You may have seen videos about this because a pontoon or tritoon sit on top of the water and have a flat front. If you hit a massive wave at the wrong angle, the front of the boat can nosedive under the water. Now this can not only flood the entire floor of the boat, it can possibly wash people out of the boat itself. So that is a real thing. The other one is very crowded water. Pontoons are wide, and navigating in a tight marina or a crowded boat channel, that takes some practice. These types of boats can catch the wind like a sail. So docking on a breezy day can be more, shall we say, adventurous than a monohull. They've obviously evolved into very elaborate and high-tech machines. Many of them now with saltwater resistant alloys and premium grade interiors and features. Pontoons have gone from budget to high-end really fast. And this is like a Flamingo exclusive?
Yes. Can you see the seats? Check out that over your boat. Skates. Both sides.
Oh, that's nice.
Definitely built for use.
Yeah, because these tritoons are very family oriented. There's some really cool features that they have, like for example this one right here. At the base of the helm, there's this little door right here. What's this little door for? A dog dish. That's right, there's a stowable dog dish, water, food dish. That's right there for whenever you bring your pup on board. Not only that, there's also glass right here on the side door and on the front door. That's so that your dog can see out whenever you're underway. These are a family-friendly boat. They're designed for you to take a bunch of people out and your dog and go out for the day. Those are cool features. Between that and the flat floor, very interesting advantages that these tritoons and pontoon boats have over traditional boats. Fender Pro, that is neat. I'd never seen that before. That's so cool.
Yeah, they're pretty handy.
Okay, let's wrap this up. So the pros. Unbeatable stability in regular conditions. Massive flat deck that's easy to maneuver. Space for the whole family, which means that it's easy to board for kids and for seniors. The cons? They aren't the easiest boat to launch or to trailer because they're so wide. And because they ride on top of the water, they're more easily pushed around by crosswinds. As with any boat, a pontoon can be expensive to maintain if you go the high-end route, and they aren't designed for rough seas or offshore fishing. So, is a pontoon boat right for you? If you value comfort, socializing, and a stable platform for the entire family, absolutely. But if you're a speed demon or a big water angler, you probably want to look elsewhere. But please don't just take my advice. Talk to people who own them. Talk to the dealers who sell them. Watch other videos on this topic. And if you're going to be boating in brackish or saltwater, do your research to find out if these saltwater rated ones are truly saltwater rated. And find the boat that would be the best choice for the environment that you'll be boating. Whatever you choose, do your best to get out there on the water and enjoy yourself. I'm Wayne, and I'll see you in the next video. You stay safe out there on the water.